Hi, my name is Kayla. In this video, I'm going to be talking about emotional neglect that's caused damage and trauma, and how karmic relationships triggered my unhealed wounds and unknown wounds, and how it began my spiritual process and journey. So my mom got pregnant with me when she was 18. My dad left us when I was 2, okay? So my mom was like 21, 22, alone with me. She took great care of me, made sure I was in school, stayed in school, made sure I was dressed, educated. She threw me birthday parties. I had a lot of material possessions. So she did a good job at taking care of me. I was an only child till I was 5, so I was pretty spoiled. And still to this day, I can say my mom does her best. One thing she lacked was emotional support. And for me, that became a strong need when I became, a teen, basically when I started my period, hormones kicking in and all that, this, blah, blah. So you know how some parents just, they stop caring too much when you get a certain age, like they don't check up on you as much or cook for you, etc. Like when you were young, pretty much, like it kind of like dims down as you grow up. Some parents are like that. So like I don't have much memory of like warm, nurturing consistency, you know, um, with either parent. So I don't have much memory of warm, nurturing consistency with either parent. I never developed a secure attachment to either. Okay, so I experienced emotional neglect, and I've been depressed before. I've cut myself before, not ate. I mentally went through it. I don't know if I was mentally ill at some point, but so like neither parent noticed this about me. I didn't get the how was your day. I got, you got the big, you get the basic. I got the basic how are you doing, but I didn't get how is your well-being. You know, I didn't get the bonding time. I didn't get the mother and daddy dates, stuff like that, the little stuff that really does matter, especially when you're a child. And things that form a healthy relationship with your parent as you're growing up. Forming a healthy relationship with your child mentally and emotionally was very important, is very important, and I did not get that. Like, it got worse. I developed stress, anxiety, and it was at a young age. It was hard to be open, to vent, to be intimate with, people, because I wasn't shown, how to do that. So that emotional neglect hindered the importance of social and emotional milestones, if you can understand. I'm a very introverted girl, you know, um, loner, prefers to be alone. I do a lot alone. So I developed an abandonment issue. It's a form of anxiety, to a traumatic experience, also known as adverse childhood experience, um, leading to develop a negative belief about self and others. So insecurities, unworthiness, they'll leave me soon, I'm hard to love, etc. So I went into relationships like this. Okay, not good. My first relationship didn't count too much. I was a senior, junior high school, 17, 18, and we ended it on good terms. We agreed to end the relationship, and it was only like a year and some months. Now, the relationship with my baby father is different. So this time when I went back, I lied and said I was going to see a friend for a couple weeks, but I was actually going to stay with him because the friend was his sister, because we wanted to live together. I got pregnant that same month I moved in, so I just stayed. Anyway, I was kind of contemplating it, but I was like, now that I'm pregnant, I might as well just live with you. He was toxic, selfish, narcissistic, a cheater, a liar. He cheated on me when I was 4 months pregnant, and I stayed. He smashed my phone in front of me with a bat because I wanted to go home. I lied to my father and said it fell out the car window because I was trying to get a shot of the sky. I still stayed. He had me stop working at 5 months, but didn't support or nurture me like he should have. We argued a lot. We disagreed about a lot of shit. He was jealous, all this, and I still stayed. He talked to other girls on different apps. I found that out when he was asleep one day. I woke up before him. I secretly put his thumb on his phone because that's how he opened it. Went through everything. Found everything I needed. Recorded everything on my phone so I could, just in case he wanted to sit there and be stupid and deny. Our baby was a few months old at this time, and he was still sleeping. My dad came because he was visiting with his girl. I said, get me out of here. He asked no questions. He was happy as fuck. He ain't like him anyway. Besides, we were living in his mom's living room because we were going back and forth so much, breaking up, hooking back up, breaking up, hooking back up, going to his house, going to my house, my mom's house, his mom's house. We were just in the fucking living room with all of our stuff there. Perfect, good, because I'm about to get as much as I can while you're still asleep and put it in my dad's van, and we're getting the fuck out of here. And that's exactly what happened. We secretly left. I secretly left him. I told my dad everything on the way. I was so happy about what I was doing. I felt so relieved, so free. I felt like I was doing the right thing. But you know what I did? I took him back. I let him come live with me and my fucking mom. Yep. And guess what else he continued to still do? Yep, be a toxic, cheating, lying, narcissistic person. But later on, we just ended up getting an apartment together. Same shit. So we ended up getting into a fight. It didn't last long living together. We got into a fight. The neighbors heard us. They called the police. Police called CPS because my child was on the couch the whole time during the altercation. He was unharmed, but he did witness it. But he was so young, I'm glad that's something he probably won't remember. But police took pictures of both of our bodies because we both left marks on each other. And he ended up going to jail for the night for domestic violence. And the next morning, his mom came and picked him up. And that's when we officially broke up, when my son was 1 and 1 month. Because his birthday is in March, and then we broke up in April. And he tried to take the baby with him. I was like, no, the baby's staying with me. I'm the more fit parent, and I'm the one that's been taking care of him this whole time anyway. So I ended up keeping the baby. He left. But when he left out that door, I had so much relief. It was a weight off my shoulders, my heart, my mind. I felt so free. Like, very liberated. And that is also when I began my spiritual process. Beginning to learn more about spirituality, connecting more with God, learning more about the universe, etc. A few days before, like a week or, shortly before the altercation, when he went to jail, I had like this energetic feeling, like something had came over me or was thrown on me. I was in the bathroom and at our apartment, and I was crying on the floor, and I was crying to God. I was asking him to help me, like, to get out of this situation, have strength. And it was just like this energetic wave that just cloaked me. I just felt it all through my body. I was even like, it was like it just hit me. And, that led me to get more curious about God, beyond what I learned in the Bible and church and what my parents taught me, and, what I was taught. And it eventually led to spirituality. I remember a time when I was meditating in our apartment, and I went into the other room. He was downstairs. I went upstairs to meditate in the other room, and he came in the room and he was like, "Are you masturbating?" I was like, "I am not masturbating. I am meditating." And he probably thought that because we were not fucking, I had lost physical attraction for him and I had lost love for him, so we weren't intimate. So he was gone, and it was just me and my baby, and it was getting hot, so we were having fun together all spring, all summer. I was first led to this video. This man was talking about another world and his experience with aliens and being abducted, and knowledge about, the secret government, and talking about how we're trapped and they've lied and kept us low vibrational from ascending, and learning about crystals. And that led me to dig more into that. And I also discovered Infinite Water. It's a very good YouTube creator. I would recommend checking him out. He has a lot of valuable information. That man has taught me so much, about energy, love, trauma, food, spirituality, karma, universal knowledge, meditation. So I began to dig into myself and discovered these unhealed and unknown traumas and wounds that I had within me. I understood by, study, realization, and being guided by these influencers, these creators, to help me understand everything more. And, why I tolerated so much pain, so much bullshit all my life, why I was so closed off so much, and why I was always so alone, always angry, so impatient, and I was just wounded the whole time. And, it was a lot I didn't understand. And when I was feeling those things, I really didn't feel like myself, and it's not exactly something that's a part of me, it's something that happened to me. At first, I blamed my parents, but then I learned about generational curses and how it can go all the way back and how it can keep going if there isn't someone to break the generational curse, or the trauma that is carried throughout the family bloodline. And also learning about birth charts, how the stars were aligned, the planets, and how those, aspects explain more in detail of that person and what they've gone through and why they're going through it, because you can see your future, your past, and what you're currently going through with your birth chart. In the midst of your awakening and during your awakening, you're going to be put through hell. You're going to be going through ups and downs, lefts and rights, and lots of losses and wins, a lot of confusion, realization, and that is the part that a lot of people don't really talk about. How crazy and fucked up it can be, but how it leads to something so great and so beautiful and something so liberating. My foundation had to be broken down to create a new, healthy, and stable one. I was toxic too, and there's still some negative traits because we still learn and grow each day. And, every day I'm processing, every day I'm growing, every day I'm learning. We grow and learn every day. So the universe, God, will put people and situations in your life to help you grow, because one way that God speaks to us all is through love, so that's why you learn a lot when there is a relationship you go through that's really most of the time fucked up or it doesn't work out. You're meant to learn something from it. So I say now, through pain and experience comes gain and ascension, for sure. And God, the universe, will put you in situations with people, karmic jobs, relationships, friends, family. I chased someone for 2 to 3 years, begging, wanting his love, wanting him to see my light, wanting him to love me, and then him telling me he loves me, but then me finding out that he got committed to someone else after telling me that he wasn't ready. So he got committed to somebody else after telling me he wasn't ready. So I was very confused. I felt like I was being strung along. And even after he got in a relationship, I waited. I didn't try to disrupt the relationship, but I waited and I stuck around because I was stuck on that piece of love that he did show me and the potential I knew that it could become, and I wanted him to see my light and I wanted to be with him. But the thing was, I didn't see myself, I didn't love myself at the time. That whole situation taught me self-love to the extreme. And that is helping with the healing process of what I know now is abandonment wound that I have. I practice grounding, meditation, feet planting, going outside, um, buying crystals, working with them, carrying them with me, connecting, talking to God, my guides, the universe, taking advantage of the full moon to purge and cleanse my energy. I do try. But the thing with me is I have to be dedicated and committed. That is one thing I do struggle with, is staying consistent. And sometimes I feel cursed. I can procrastinate, I can overthink, and that is one thing I'm currently working on. Amongst other things, like I said, it is okay to not be perfect. Nobody's perfect. And never ever try to be perfect, because it is highly impossible unless you are a material Barbie. Okay? And Barbie is not real, she is plastic. Okay? No matter how much makeup we put on, no matter how much we try to be someone or something else, we will never be perfect. And that's just one thing we have to accept as humans. Never be afraid to be vulnerable and open. Never fear. And if you have nobody to talk to or vent to, find other ways and outlets. Maybe that's your calling to go into yourself and be more to yourself and know how to be with yourself. Know how to heal yourself. Know how to talk to yourself. And know that self-love. Okay, knowing how to pamper, treat yourself, make yourself feel better. Okay, God will put you in the position to be alone so you can know how to do all these things. Okay. It is a work in progress. It is a work in progress, but I do see myself as being definitely more grounded, more emotionally stable, more emotionally disciplined, more committed, more consistent with myself and whatever work I decide to pursue. And if I can see that, then it's possible. I see it in the stars, I see it in the mirror, I feel it in my heart, and that's one step closer to becoming that woman that I need to be. Having that faith and that belief first, and then working at it, knowing that God has my back and I have my front. Sometimes I have felt spiritually attacked, like somebody doesn't want me to succeed or something doesn't want me to succeed. But, I cleanse myself, I pray, I keep it going, and I'm not going to let any of that stop me, because I've gained a lot of strength over the years. Um, like I said, I used to cut myself, I used to want to die, I used to call myself ugly, I used to be and feel like nothing. I used to feel like nothing, not knowing that I was something inside and had so much power, and not accepting me for who I am. But I'm so glad that I discovered spirituality and dug more deeper into knowing God and building my relationship with God, because that has got me very far. Now that I'm a mom, sometimes it does get frustrating. It does get difficult to take care of a child while trying to take care of myself. But I pray over this all the time for our relationship to stay healthy and for it to not turn out to be like a relationship I had with my mother. I want to be emotionally available, emotionally supportive for my son. I don't want him to turn out like me. I don't want him to be 25 years old making YouTube videos talking about emotional neglect. This is one thing that I wrote down. It says abandonment issues and what it is. And, I look over this and I read it and I try to remind myself, I learned a lot. I learned a lot from this, and it's very valuable and good for me to have on my wall. I also have affirmations on my wall that I read, that I need to start reading every day, because I be on and off, and that's what I was talking about. I need to be more consistent. I'm going to continue vlogging and having story times and just carrying you guys along on my journey, and I hope you tag along with me. I feel like this will be very helpful, and it will be something that I can reflect on and look back on as I progress in the future. And then it's also something that you guys could do. If you're thinking about vlogging, go for it. It's definitely a good way to vent and keep track of yourself, and it also serves as motivation, you know, getting to see yourself grow. If you're curious about anything or have any questions about the video, please comment, and I would also love for you to like and share, and also stick around. I will put my social medias in the description. Give me a follow, give me a holler, let me know if you've watched my videos, and you know, we can give each other a follow, you know, and let's just carry on. Thank you so much for watching. I'll probably make a video in like another couple days or something, but you can keep up with me on my social medias. Thank you so much for watching. That was my beauty blender.